About the places that are off limits to ride electric scooters in San Diego. There was a ban put in place last year restricting you and reducing your speed in certain areas around town. And I want to give you a breakdown because it's a little confusing. Um, just to be clear, you can ride electric scooters almost anywhere in San Diego with a few exceptions I'm about to go over with you now. So the first place that is completely off limits to you is going to be the boardwalk between Pacific Beach here and Mission Beach. So it's one continuous boardwalk that goes all the way along the beach. That's going to be completely off limits to all electric devices. You're still able to ride non-electric devices there, rollerblades, skateboards, bikes without motors. But if it has a motor, it's going to be off limits in these areas. Second spot is going to be the boardwalk, or the bike path, I should say, along the west side of Mission Bay Park here on the interior. So this little section I'm going over here will also be a full ban. I've heard many people say that they've ridden electric devices there and they've never had a problem, but these areas you are at risk of getting a ticket if you are stopped. East side of Mission Bay, this is an interesting spot. So this is actually fair game for electric scooters like Lime, Bird, and electric devices. However, there is a speed restriction in place on this side of Mission Bay. I believe it's 8 miles an hour. So you're not going to be able to go over that speed in these areas. And these are also no park zones. So you can no longer leave the scooters anywhere. You need to return the scooters to these designated areas, and the apps are going to show you exactly where those areas are around town. So this section is fair game to ride. You're just going to have to reduce your speed in this area. There's bike paths that continue along Fiesta Island here, as well as along Mission Bay, West Mission Bay Drive. Again, all this is fair game for you to ride. So it's just the boardwalk and the interior bike path that's going to be off limits. Now, if we head up to La Jolla, there's a very small section that is going to be off limits as well, which is the boardwalk right in front of La Jolla Shores Beach. It's a tiny little strip of boardwalk, so really not that big of a deal. And if you just take the scooters to the street or one street over and stay in the bike lanes, it's going to be fair game. Another interesting spot that is actually my favorite ride in all of San Diego, where scooters are not off limits, is going to be this bike path route between Liberty Station Park and downtown. So this bike path takes you along the water the entire way. It'll go under North Harbor Drive, and it'll take you all the way to Embarcadero and downtown. I often take it all the way to the Hilton Bayfront at the very end. Now this area is going to be a speed restricted area and a no park zone for scooters, but you can still ride them. Again, I believe that speed restriction is about 8 miles an hour in those areas. Coronado Island, which is another really fun place to ride. You're not going to find any scooters here because they have been banned, but you can still ride scooters and electric devices if you can get them over to Coronado. Between the ferry landing and the Coronado Bridge, that's a fun little route there that I like to do. No parking and speed restricted in those areas, but that's about it. Besides that, most areas of San Diego are fair game. The entirety of Balboa Park is a great place to ride. No park zone in there either, but that's a fun place to explore. Lots of areas around Ocean Beach as well, fun to explore. So as you can see, there are a few restrictions around town, but it's not anything crazy. And most places in San Diego are still good to ride. I hope that helps and gives you guys a little bit more clarity as far as the laws in San Diego and where you can and cannot ride.